Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best budget 4K TVs.
Starting at number 5.
Sony QD-OLED. If you want the absolute best TV for a basement home theater, get the Sony A95L OLED. It's significantly more expensive than the Samsung S90C OLED, but it's better for a home theater setup as it has wider format support than the Samsung TV and delivers a more accurate image overall, especially in HDR. Compared to Samsung's HDR10 Plus format, the Sony TV supports the more popular Dolby Vision HDR, so you'll enjoy the most advanced HDR experience possible from almost any source. Sony's processing does a better job following the content creator's intent, so the brightness and colors of HDR content look the way they're supposed to. It also supports more advanced audio formats than the Samsung, like Dolby DTS, X pass-through over eARC, so you don't have to worry about the audio formats that your favorite movies use. It displays an incredibly wide HDR color gamut and looks stunning in a dark room thanks to its nearly infinite contrast ratio, delivering perfect blacks with no distracting blooming around bright areas of the screen. It also gets very bright, so HDR content stands out, and colors are bright and vibrant. It's only available in 3 sizes, 55, 65, and 77 inches. The A95L is very expensive, so if you want a Sony OLED specifically for its processing capabilities, the Sony A80L/A80CL OLED is much cheaper. Still, it's a big step down in brightness and color vibrancy.
Coming at number 4.
Samsung 65-inch. The best 4K TV we've tested is the Samsung S90C OLED. It's an incredible 4K TV that looks amazing in a dark room, as bright highlights in HDR content stand out incredibly well, with no distracting blooming or haloing around bright areas of a scene. Its QD-OLED panel has much brighter and more vibrant colors than the OLED panels found on some other OLEDs. It runs Samsung's Tizen OS smart interface, which is easy to use and has a great selection of streaming apps and games. Unlike some other TVs, the Samsung model doesn't support Dolby Vision HDR, nor does it support advanced DTS audio formats. It does support Samsung's less widely used HDR10 Plus format, which looks just as good as Dolby Vision. This TV is also great for gaming thanks to its near-instantaneous response time, so there's no noticeable ghosting behind fast-moving objects. Its input lag is extremely low, resulting in a very responsive gaming experience, and it has a few great gaming features, including variable refresh rate, VRR, support to reduce screen tearing. Finally, it supports up to 4K at 144 Hz on all 4 HDMI ports or 120 Hz on the 83-inch model, so you can take full advantage of the latest gaming consoles and graphics cards. It's available in 4 sizes, 55, 65, 77, and 83 inches, but the 83-inch model uses a OLED panel. It has a higher-tier model, the Samsung S95C OLED, but it's more expensive, and even though it's brighter than the S90C, the cheaper model is the better buy for most people.
At number 3.
LG B3 OLED. It's the most expensive TV you're going to find on this list, but the LG B3 OLED is truly a force to be reckoned with in the budget TV space. Instead of spending upwards of $2,000 on an OLED, the B3 OLED offers all the benefits of the panel technology, and more, for right around $1,000. For folks looking for the barest of bones OLED, the A2 OLED is great too, but the B3 goes well above its little brother by adding a 120 Hz native panel, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports and a better processor to the mix. In terms of performance, it hits a peak brightness of 635 nits, about the same as the Hisense and TCL, but has the ability to cover 99.9724% of the Rec. 709 color space and a color accuracy, measured by a delta E value, of 1.8943. For gamers, cinephiles and really anyone who wants an amazing TV experience, these are some of the best numbers you're going to find at this price point.
Number 2 of my list.
Roku Plus Series. The Roku Plus Series 4K QLED TV marks the streaming giant's first foray into sets after long focusing on software and set-top and plug-in devices, and the move is a successful one. In addition to delivering a ton of screen for its starting price of $499, these TVs also give you surprisingly good picture quality and sound, two things that are usually the first to go with budget sets. So what makes this such a great budget TV? First off, despite its lower price and plastic build quality, it's actually a nice-looking screen. Secondly, though, Roku uses a QLED screen in the Plus series, which means it's able to produce more vivid colors and reach a higher peak brightness. You can't shift too far off axis or else that color begins to fade, however, it looks great when you're facing front on. If you don't mind making a few compromises on refresh rate, unlike the LG B3 OLED further down on this list, this one's limited to 60 Hz, it's a rock-solid budget pick.
And number 1.
Hisense U6K Mini. You can't have a list of the best budget TVs without mentioning the Hisense U6K. It might not have the peak levels of brightness that the Hisense U8K has, but it sports a mini LED backlight that enables better contrast with above-par black levels and a quantum, or color saturation. Tack on Google TV and VRR support for consoles, and you're getting a lot of the best features at a much lower price point. Why we think it's better than all the rest is that, thanks to its mini LED backlight system, the U6K has much better brightness and contrast and a lower likelihood of the dreaded dirty screen effect from non-uniform lighting elements compared to the competition. It also uses Google TV which, although a bit temperamental, is one of the slickest smart TV platforms available. If you want the best bang for your buck, the Hisense U6K can't be beat.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.